super genuine brother, super down to earth. He didn't ask us to hold anything back. He's like, yeah, let's talk about it. Let's do it. We have a promo vid that he actually says, let's talk about it. But what was your impression?
Brother, all I know is he thinks I'm a racist.
Yes, and I did nothing to stop that train of thought.
But I completely disagree with him on that matter.
Okay, can you open up why he might think that? Or should I start?
How did it come up again?
So we spoke about the whole Somali joke.
Right.
In general.
And then I mentioned that. Oh, did I mention that I bring up certain things?
Yeah, you brought up some banana joke.
Yeah.
Now he doesn't understand that Somali cuisine. Now he does. Somali cuisine.
You don't think he understood that when I told him?
I don't believe so.
Oh.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
So the Somali cuisine, most people know, we eat banana with rice, right?
Yeah.
We eat banana with a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
And so that just became a thing. But to someone looking in, it sounds like you're making monkey jokes at me.
Yeah.
Which is insane, which I would never be okay with.
Yeah.
But I didn't loop him in on that at the time. I enjoyed seeing you be like, he didn't really lecture you, but kind of just like, yo, that's not okay. You know what I mean?
No. He pretty much called me a racist.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, if you bring it up on the podcast, I'm going to tell you on the podcast, I think that's racist. In my head, I completely disagreed, though. In my mind, I didn't want to, because it was going to be short. We were going to head to the studio.
Yeah.
I felt like, do I really want to explain, this is specifically Somali cuisine and this and that? And what if I do and he still doubles down and says, yeah, you're racist? Then I'm going to get into a back and forth with him.
Yeah, right before the pot. And then
yeah. Because I'm I genuinely disagree. Talking about black people and giving them a banana in reference to them being monkeys is wild. Compared to, this is literally within their Somali culture, that banana. So it's funny. And I was going to compare it to me being Palestinian and always getting the joke. What do people say about Palestinians?
Olive oil.
That's one thing. What else? The really clear one that a lot of
rocks.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Rocks, throwing rocks. Come on, I'm not gonna I would never consider someone racist for being because you're a Palestinian, you're gonna throw rocks at me.
But it's not funny. If I came to your house with a handful of pebbles, that's not funny. That's not you know what I mean? That's not
But it's funny.
I got you moment.
So it's worse than it's not as bad as if I came with a bunch of bananas.
Because there's no other way to interpret the rocks joke. Does that make sense? There's a different way to interpret the banana joke.
So?
I'm not saying either one. I'm saying he's not wrong for looking at that and be like, yo, that's wild.
But here's the thing. I genuinely believed, and maybe we should clear it up. I thought he knew, from the way he said it, it seemed like he understood that it was an ethnic thing. It's a Somali thing. If it was he doesn't know that, maybe I can see how, he took it as the monkey thing, but he compared it to the monkey thing.
Yeah, which is how we took it.
No, he compared it. Not said that's what it is. He's comparing it to that.
He did, because I got in the car with him afterwards to drive him to the studio. And the first thing, this is how sincere the brother was. We got in the car. The minute we got in the car, he goes, let me tell you something, brother. Don't ever let somebody bring bananas to you, etc. Right? And I'm just at that point, I was like, should I just go anti-Imran right now and just be like, you know what? I will never accept it.
I'm actually here against my will.
Shoot this podcast. Help me. just whisper, help me, brother. He's doing it again. I text him I just call him at late at night, brother. He bought another. He did it again. What should we do? Stuff like that. But and then I thought to my mind, I was no, haram. I know he cares about me, but I need to explain to him why you did that, right? So I did explain the full thing. He goes, look, do you truly believe that this is the case? I was 100%. And if I had an inkling, that it wasn't, this pod will be over. You know what I mean? So anyways, yeah, I cleared it up for you.
Yeah.
And my question is, after the studio, he had an event. Or after the pod at the studio, he had an event. You decided to take him. Now, I assumed, Hamid, maybe you agree with me, that you were trying to get away from setting up stuff. Because we had to move stuff around. And this brother just was I'll take him and dipped, right? But did you speak to him in the car about anything?
I spoke to him more about personal things in terms of like spirituality.
Okay.
Because remember on the pod we kind of talked about Sheikh Mukhtar and Turkey and this and that. So there was actually a lot of links, connections that we had
Sure.
on a personal level outside, and there was even projects, and we never really got to bring this up in the podcast. But there were projects. Remember we were going to talk about projects that succeeded, failed, etc. We didn't really unpack that as much. There was a project that he had started.